Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about a book written by Dr. Lucinda, The Best of Friends. So this book is organized in a very particular way. It's from the perspective of three different women. Perspective of Kendra, the perspective of Lindsey, and the perspective of Diana. And each chapter opens with one woman's perspective. So there are three kids, Sawyer, Jacob, and Caleb. They spend the night in Caleb's house. And during that night, two kids died. Sawyer was shot, and Jacob, who was not yet dead, he was shot too on the head, and he was in a coma. And Caleb went to see a psychiatrist because he was shocked and unable to speak. And throughout the book we will start to understand what happened during this night. Was it an accident? Was it somebody who tried to kill them? Was it suicide? And through the perspective of these three women, we will start to understand what happened during that night. So these three women had three different kind of pain. Kendra, the mother of Sawyer, her son was killed, and she had to find who killed her son, and she believed that someone killed him. Then you have the mother of Caleb, Diana, who had to protect her son because she was afraid that somebody would say that was Caleb to kill them, and her son was in shock, so she had to manage her son's emotion. And then you have Lindsey, the mother of Jacob, who was in the hospital in a coma, and she tried everything to bring him back to life. She was hopeful that he would recover. And this drama created some tension between those three mothers. These three mothers were the best of friends. Since very young, they were always together. They grew up together. They had 2 kids each. So they were more than friends, very, very close friends. But this drama started to create some doubts about who killed their son. And throughout this story you will see also the relationship with their husband that was not very idyllic. They had to go through a lot of crises, some cheating, husband, the husband of Diana was a violent person, so she had to cope with a violent father. You also will see the connection between the second kid and their mother, the kid that was still alive. All these marital issues, parenting issues, doubting about either if they were good parents or not, the crisis with these adolescents that wants to party, and then they are forgetting about themselves, drugging themselves, going through this adolescence crisis. So this book will make you doubt about who killed who. Was it an accident? And then throughout the book you will start to understand what really happened. You will see that Jacob and Sawyer, they had this love. They were in fact gay and they didn't want to come out. So the mothers will discover this through their son's mobile phone with pictures, with messages, and also through their detective who was in charge of this case. They will start to understand who was their son, and they felt that they didn't know him once he was still alive. So the book is built on layers after layers, chapter after chapter. You have a new layer coming that will define the friendship, the parenting issues, the marital issues, the adolescence crisis, the gap between the parents and the kids. All those layers made the book quite interesting. In fact, the author, Dr. Lucinda Berry, she was a psychologist and she was focusing on kids' trauma. And she used her experience to build up the characters of each kid and all their issues that they face when they were kids, the trauma when they were young, and this added up on the characters' building. So she digged from her experience to define the characters, which was interesting. So was it an accident? Was it a suicide? Was it someone trying to kill another kid? I'm not gonna tell you what happened in the end, so it's up to you to read the book. But I think it was an interesting read. Some key quotes. Becoming a mother birthed my biggest fear, losing him. Suicide contagion is a real thing in teenagers. Having someone close to you attempt suicide increases your risks. Fear stole my choices one at a time until I didn't have any left. Nobody ever talks about the logistics of living. Like getting out of an abusive relationship is simply working up the courage to go. So it's a good book. I will give this book the grade of B. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on my next video.